Thank you for the introductions. So today I'm going to share with you that a digital transformation solutions for the local governments. As we know that currently with the pandemic, with the economic issues, people start to realize that how important a platform can support their daily operation, especially in the local governments. And in Esri, we have a list of solutions that we can out of the box, and then you can start deploying for your business needs. So today I'm going to share some of the many solutions that we had, and then you can actually see how quickly the things can be deployed in your premises. So taking the example for the COVID-19, so we know that with this pandemic, we need to continue our daily businesses. So how are we going to do that? Conventionally, in the life cycle of a local governments, you start with your strategies, then you come with the requirement gathering, and after that, you get your budget approved, and you open the tender. After the tender open, you finalize your consultants, and after that, once it's approved, they will start to configure it, and then it will take many changes and training throughout this process. Okay, then after when the thing is good, the program is good, then you sign it off after the testing, and then you will start goes live. And normally, this kind of period will take around 2 years. So basically, what happened is actually you're solving a 12-month-old problems 2 years from now. So with the example of the COVID-19, we need something very fast, then quickly to deploy in every departments. So you need something that out of the box. So in Esri, we are providing that kind of solutions. So in these solutions, we look at those processes and workflow, because previously when we had this kind of event, we define the area, we define what kind of event it is. But COVID-19 is a global event. There's no undefined attribution, so everything is new. So you need to start everything with a new concept. And normally, I always put in a command center as the center of the communications. But with this COVID-19, your staff work remotely. People start working from home. How are you going to coordinate your workforce? And previously, we normally do the potential impact to forecast some how bad it is. But all this now with the COVID-19, all significant changes are in demand. And you will able to set a response team. Now you need to distribute your team remotely, okay? And those who work from an office, some work in a site, and some might do work from home. So how do you communicate and coordinate all this? And previously you can run a forecast model, but now you can't. Everything is new, all right? And like what our Prime Minister says, this is the new normal. A new normal requires solutions that came out of the box to quickly fix the problems. So give you a scenario that a typical local council that send a job to 2 of the staff, okay? So it can be something like to check on the premises whether they comply to the social distancing rules. So the staff go to do on the job number 1 on one of the sites. When it came to job number 2, he found out that he's not well, and he went back to the office and go home. So one of the staff number 1 already been notified that he need to back up for job number 3 and 4. So he start with completing his daily routine, then go back to the office and start completing job number 3 and 4. So after the job done, you send the car back, and then after that, he will go back to home. So now, staff number 1 is confirmed and need to quarantine for 14 days. Okay, so as a local council or the management, we need to know what happened and who actually connected to staff number 2. So the red color lines is all the area that you need to look at. So we need a solution to be able to track and trace where and who that he meets. All right. So this is a complete business continuous solutions from a GIS professionals who key in the cases. All right. So putting in our enterprise platform, then you have your employees trying to key in the health check daily. All right, and then the management or the executive monitoring by using a dashboard, with the facility manager monitoring all the facilities for the local council. It can be Dewan Serbaguna, it can be service counter officers, and all that. You can have all these reported. Okay, so let me show you an example. Where do we get all these solutions, which is what I meant out of the box. So first, you will go to this website called solutions.argis.com. Okay, so you're able to see how is the solutions. Okay, what is the requirement? Okay, what do you get and what's new? Okay, so when you go to your desktop, you just need to go to the solution RGS solution tab. Okay, search the solution that you want. In this example, will be business continuity. Then after that, you just run deploy, and the system will automatically configure and install in your enterprise platform. So you were able to see the list of the apps that already available for you. All right. So now, now the solution is ready. So how do I capture all these informations? Okay, by letting the staff to key in their availability and their health status every day using a mobile phone or a tablet or a desktop. So in this example, that you will see that the staff is using a survey 123. Okay, we call it a web form that talk about the health status. So the staff can key in whether they are working today, and then where are they located right now? Okay, are they at home, off-site offices, and they can actually automatically geocode the location where they are and who are the people that they meet. All right, and they can submit the form. And if you have a supervisor, the supervisor can actually help to update the status for the team. And if you look at all these templates, all these are actually configurable. By default, you can use the standard template, but if you need to configure according to your flavor, you can do it easily. All right. So next is for the executive. After I key in all this information, where does it go? I need somebody to monitor this. So the management will actually use a dashboard, we called it, to monitor the staff status overall. All right. So from the numbers of people working from home, the number of people are absent, and whether they are working off-site, and where do they have any symptom or any household actually having any symptoms. So this will actually give you an overview how your workforce looks like on a day-to-day basis. Okay, so now when we talk about facilities, okay, the facilities for local council, it can be like I mentioned before, it can be your Dewan Serbaguna, or your service counter, or your workforce going on site to fix facilities. Okay, so your team can actually using the web applications, a web browser, to actually report the status. Okay, let me give you an example how it looks like. Okay, so what you're seeing in your screen right now is actually a web app, okay, which actually pointed out all your locations, all your facilities locations. And in this example, I click KLCC, and I want to report an incident in KLCC. Maybe the KKM already put that area under a yellow zone or red zone. I need to report it immediately. Okay, the system will automatically geocode the locations, the form, and then you can key in the date. Okay, how's the status around that? Is everything going to be closed, or is it actually need to sanitize the area? And then how many staff in that facility today working, and how many is actually working remotely? Okay, how many absence and all that. So you can actually pre-configure this using your own flavor, and you can actually submit this via a handphone or tablet or even a desktop. Okay, so once you submit this information, the facility manager will receive the updates in a dashboard. So what's that? The dashboard will show that all the status of the entire facilities. So in the next video, you were able to see, okay, how many reported facilities, how many of them are closed, how many are in the offices, how many in the remotely, which actually have connection with the facilities. Okay, is how many of them is closed, how many of them is still operational, so that you can quickly help to actually maneuver your staff remotely. Okay, so this is a very good tool to able to help you to visualize not just your staff, but the facilities that you are servicing the public, so that you know to protect your staff and also your assets. Okay, next, what else? What's the overall, what is it for me? So this solution will help you to monitor and report, okay? And with the report and monitor will help you to make decisions, to understand and act, right? And more importantly, to be able to communicate to the public and the stakeholders, all this with a single platform. So some of you might ask, what else can I do? Now, actually, there are more. Okay, so with a similar solution, you can actually map for dengue, HMM diseases, food poisoning, and many more. Okay, you can even map the spread of the social distance effectiveness, average travel distance between the cluster and the home, that kind of thing. And you can map the vulnerable populations, okay, the social economics, the popular density in that impacted area, so that you can actually properly monitor and do your next actions. And you can actually map your current capacity. If there is a need for a remote site or alternate care site, will your area or local council area support the initiative? Okay, so lastly, you can actually communicate using a map to show that which public facility is closed, okay, which are the nearest hospital that you can go to, or temporary hospital, or you can actually connect to other internal systems that you have, because Esri is actually an open platform to support all kinds of systems. Okay, and these are the required software that you can use to deploy the business continuity solutions. Okay, next. So some of our customers might say is that I don't have anything to begin with. I don't have an RGIS enterprise like what you mentioned. But here we have actually provide you an additional program. We call it a local government jumpstart, which allows you to quickly jump into a complete enterprise solution and quickly start the GIS initiative that you have. Okay, in the local government jumpstart, you will have 5 modules, which is first is tax monitoring, and then you have your asset management, a lot parcel finder, city profiler, and my government services. These are 5 modules which came from the program. Okay, so tax monitor, I will elaborate more. Okay, so about asset management, it is actually a dashboard that helps you to monitor all your assets, when it's going to replace, and when's the time that you need to do your maintenance. Okay, a plot finder will actually help the public or even your team to find the parcel ID and other information via a web. Okay, right. So what I'm showing you now is an example of the tax monitoring dashboards. So this is very important to help the valuation department or the mayor in the office to understand how much collected accounts that has been collected so far. Because in this example, you see the green color, which is the area that already paid the tax. The red color is the one that not paid. So in this pandemic or the COVID-19 scenario, okay, the local council might take this as an example, which are the area who is unpaid, which needed the help, and which are the area that you need can actually support them, maybe give them some additional help for that, so that they can able to pay the taxes, something like that, as an example. And the dashboard also help you to categorize which area actually owe you the most, and actually how many premises and how far from your target, and also what kind of land category is the one that owe you the most. So these are some examples that you can actually see in dashboards. All right. Next, we're talking about this local government inspections module. So what is it? It's actually a module to allow you to measure your assets. Okay, it can be a signboard, it can be a road, it can be a pothole, it can be a tree for the landscape department. Okay, so it's something that you are able to measure and compute in web applications or mobile applications, and came up with the dashboard. So there are three things. First thing is actually a field force manager. What does it do? Is actually to help you to deploy your team to the location that you assign your team to do their job. And you can monitor the progress. Okay, the staff will receive the message from a mobile phone, and then they need to log in and update the status. Okay, so once the field workers go to the site, you will able to see overall in the dashboard how many of them is actually in progress, how many of them is either on break, and how many things that they need to monitor that you need the staff to actually perform their job before the timeline, so that you can ensure that they are meeting the KPI. So the last one is how the field apps looks like. We are providing that as well. Okay, so in the next example, you are able to see how a staff on the field measure the so-called the asset. Okay, it is we pick a road sign inventory. Okay, so when the staff on the field select the inventory type as whole, and then they can update what type of materials. Okay, in this example is actually metal, the shape. Okay, what is the primary use of that asset? Okay, then the measuring tools come into picture. In this example, we're using a laser measuring device called Spike. Okay, in these images, you can also see that the system will automatically give you the numbers, like the distance between you and the object. Okay, then after, when you define the area that you want to measure, okay, then the system will pop up a screen to allow you to select whether you want to measure the area or the length. In this example, I want to measure the length. Okay, so if you notice, it's about 2.34 meters away from, and the system automatically captured that and update it in the form. So just imagine that if you have many points, the system updates automatically without you keying it personally. The rest is about complying what the forms need, and then the system will also locate where you are. And then if you require the staff to put in their name and put in signatures, it can be done easily. Whatever design in this form is actually came out of the box that within the jumpstart module that we are offering. Okay, so this is what I call a local government inspection model. There are more things that you can do with it. So if you need more information and a more comprehensive introduction of these two local government jumpstart program and also the inspections program, you can actually contact to me or my team, or the resources in the URL that you're looking at. Okay, you can actually get more information from the link that I'm providing to you. Okay, so just in case that if you need any more information, you can actually ask more in the Q&A sessions. So in this, I'll end my presentation and I pass it over to the team. Thank you.